Adding a new member to your LLC is a big step in developing your business and one that should not be taken lightly. Let me tell you a few things to consider. Think about why you're adding this new member and what value they're adding to the company. You want to make sure that the amount of equity you're issuing them fairly represents the consideration they are providing. Examples may include an investment in the company or the provision of key services to the company. You should also be mindful of how much equity they are asking and whether they want a manager position in the company. For example, as a founder, you will want to maintain majority ownership and managerial control in your LLCs for as long as possible so that you can continue to control how the company operates. It is only when you receive a substantial investment from investors that you should consider surrendering this controlling power. Another thing to consider is what your LLC agreement says about adding new members. If you are currently in a single member LLC, then you will likely only need your consent to admit the new person in. However, if your LLC already has multiple members, then check to see how many members and/or managers are required to approve this admission. Your LLC agreement likely requires at least more than 50% of the members for approval, but it might be as much as 75% or even unanimous approval by all the members and managers. On that note, consider whether your LLC agreement needs to be amended prior to the admission of this new member. Adding a new member may bring up issues of rights of first refusal for the transfer or sale of membership interest and how decision-making processes are conducted in the company. If adding a new member might cause problems like this, then amend your company agreement right away before you admit that new member. Lastly, when you are ready to bring the new member on board, be sure that you sign all necessary documents. Again, you should review your LLC agreement to see what it says is necessary to be signed prior to admission. At minimum, a subscription agreement and a written consent should be executed. A subscription agreement is executed by the LLC and the new member and is used to spell out the amount of capital the member is investing or the type of services the new member is providing for the company. For service providing members, it is common to have an independent contractor or employment agreement associated with this agreement as well. In some situations, this agreement might also need to include restrictions such as vesting schedule if you do not plan to give the new member their equity all at once. The written consent, on the other hand, will be executed by the members and/or managers of the LLC. It is here where these parties approve the subscription agreement and formally admit the new member to the LLC. Adding a new member to your LLC should be a well thought out process that should never be rushed or done haphazardly. So consider speaking with your attorney first so that you have a better understanding of how best to take this important next step.